What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's Z-Swigs, back with another Destiny Reset coverage special spectacular with starring Chewbacca and Porg from the latest Star Wars Last Jedi trailer. I don't know what's happening. Crossover, get me hits, whatever. Anyways, guys, it is Destiny week number 6 for October 10th, 2017. Lots of new stuff to do this week, including the return of the ever-so-popular Iron Banana. Look at that. Look at there's a wolf head. That's how you know it's good, because the wolf is there. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, but first let's talk about everything else. The Flashpoint, as you can see, is on Nessus. The Nightfall is the inverted Spire. And yes, you can do the call to arms this week by playing the Iron Banner. Praise the globs, whoever they be. So here we go, guys. Here we go. The inverted Spire, Nightfall, on Nessus. The actual modifiers are Attrition. Health and shield generation is significantly impaired. Defeating enemies may create wells of light. Collect these to restore your health and charge your supers. So we had this one during the Exodus Black, I want to say. I don't remember for sure. I want to say it was the Exodus Black Strike. But either way, we've had this one before. Essentially what happens is it kind of drops those pools of light like you see in your subclass rank-up quests where you unlock, Night Stalker and Gunslinger and Sunbreaker and so on. It's you step in those, it significantly refills your super, refills your health. Not every enemy drops them, only certain enemies do. So you're going to want to kill the mans this week. And that's going to be easy. Or at least, alright, it's not going to be easy, but the motivation to do so is going to be easy, as the other modifier is Time Warp, Killing Time, which makes its triumphant debut. We haven't seen it, or return debut. We haven't seen it since the first week. Words are hard. Don't judge me. Killing Time, basically what happens is every time you kill an enemy, you get some time back. I believe every regular enemy is worth, I want to say 1 second, maybe 3. My brain says 1, my heart says 3. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. It's been 6 weeks, guys. It might have, it's been 17 years ago. And if you kill a major, you get 7 seconds. So killing the harder enemies gives you more time. And so, again, team shoot. That's going to be your biggest bet to win here. Team shoot all of the people. Now, it is the Vex-focused variation of the Nightfall, so you're going to be fighting pretty much Vex the entire time. Of course, there's some Cabal in the middle, but, when you get into the drill and you move the drill, there's actually Vex there. It's mostly Vex. Harpies and the Cabal, the mini-bosses of the Cabal, both have arc shields. And you're going to run into a lot of Harpies. Of course, the Minotaurs and the Cabal Incendiators, they have void shields. So you may want to do your loadout that way. Again, I recommend wholeheartedly the Wardcliff Coil. It is an arc heavy. It will one-shot the Harpies. And even if you're lucky, you'll get 2 Harpies with 1 rocket if you learn how to use the Wardcliff Coil properly. That's probably the best thing to do. And then maybe run a Void energy weapon to get rid of the Minotaurs that are there. I think a Scout Rifle is probably best. You could make the argument that a arc Scout Rifle is actually better, because then you can shoot the Harpies from a distance. And then you could use something like the Tractor Cannon to kill the Minotaurs. That's also a viable strategy, in my opinion, because the Minotaurs are pretty easily killable with the Tractor Cannon. The problem with it is that if there's multiple Minotaurs, which there usually are, you can easily get killed by their melees, and you have to be close for the Tractor Cannon to even be close to effective. So it's kind of a whatever works best for your playstyle, but those are going to be the 2 hardest parts. But you definitely want to kill the people. You need to kill the people to get more time, and you're going to need more time. Now, with that said, there's several places in the Inverted Spire that you can sparrow through. Most significantly is before you get to the place with the 2 Cabal sergeants that you have to kill in order to turn on the drill, the man cannon, for the first time to get to that drill. You can sparrow pretty much through the entire killing fields. There are some hobgoblins that'll snipe you as you sparrow through other sections, but for the most part, you could sparrow through a huge section of this strike, which will help you with time. And also, they're in between the running section where the drill is coming at you, and after you shoot at that man cannon, you can kind of hug the left side of the actual Nightfall and kind of skip most of the enemies. Now, that is a double-edged sword, because sometimes killing the enemies will help you because of the time factor they give you for killing them, but I kind of leave it up to you guys to decide what your time limit is, because sometimes killing the enemies can take longer than the time they give you back. So just keep that in mind. If they give you 1 second of time for killing them, it takes you 3 seconds to kill them, you would have been better off just skipping them. So keep that in mind also. As for the boss itself, probably the number one thing you can do here is save your Merciless ammo. If you can switch to the Merciless for the third phase, that's usually the place to use it to try to melt the boss if 3 of you have it. There's a trick with the Wardcliff coil where if you have 1 Wardcliff ammo and then switch to the Merciless in the middle of the game, you don't even have to be dead, you'll get full ammo for the Merciless. So take advantage of that. Even if you're not using the Wardcliff coil, the rest, you're using Tractor Cannon or whatever, switch to the Wardcliff, pick up 1 brick, and then switch to the Merciless, and you'll have full Merciless ammo, and you can repeat that a couple times. I used that in the last Nightfall a lot to great success. It really helps with DPS. The first phase and the second phase, let's talk about the first phase first. Essentially, what you want to do here is use your super and your grenade if you have it. The hope is you'll get your super back by the third phase, because the second phase is significantly simpler. The second phase, you can hide behind those mini pillars, and the boss can't shoot you. You can kind of just duck when you have his aggro, and then unduck and blast him when you don't. The ads don't really bother you. The floor is lava doesn't really hurt you. It's the second phase is the easiest. The first phase with all the harpies that come out is going to be the biggest pain, in my opinion. The third phase is a huge pain if you can't kill the boss quickly for the exact same reasons. Exploders, harpies, goblins, the actual boss himself roaming through the thing. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's good. We've had this Nightfall before. It wasn't easy then, but it's definitely so far been the easiest, in my opinion, Nightfall of all of them. Now, Time Warp is different. Before, it was the gates that you jumped through, and that did give you more time. But it's going to be a tough Nightfall this week. But I think it's simple enough that you can run through it with even a lower light person. It's not as hard as last week, I don't think, or the week before. So just keep that in mind when doing it. But kill all the mans. Try to go through the boss quickly in the third phase, and just try to stay alive in the first and second ones. And really, really focus on what weapons you're using and what their energy is, because I think that's killing the enemies and getting rid of their shields, especially the Minotaurs, especially the Harpies, is going to be the key to success here. So that is your breakdown for the Nightfall Inverted Spire. Let's go ahead and head towards the tower, and let's see all of the cool things we've got waiting for us there. As we're loading to the tower, the Leviathan Raid rotation this week is the Pleasure Baths, followed by the Game Show Gauntlet, followed by the Pleasure Gardens. I don't know why. It's definitely not Pleasure Baths. I shouldn't add pleasure. It's just baths. And then Pleasure Gardens. Or Killer Doggos. However you want to say it. But it is Baths, Gauntlet, and then the dogs, followed by the boss. So that is your raid rotation this week. Of course, the other major thing this week that's new at the tower is the presence of Lord Saladin. Iron Banner is happening. As you load into the tower, you can see right here the smoke and the flame rising. Lord Saladin is located above the gunsmith. You, of course, can just kind of jump up there. And here is Lord Saladin. Look at him. Welcome back, dude.
Guardian.
How you doing?
Welcome to the Iron Banner.
What's up, man? Okay, guys, so Iron Banner, this is how it works. It's this week only. It is Control. It's essentially a Control-only playlist. Power levels do not matter like they did in Destiny 1. And it is 4v4, unlike 6v6 in Destiny 1. So you get tokens for every win and every loss. It takes 20 tokens to level up, and it's 5 tokens per win. It's 2 tokens for a loss. You also get Call to Arms and Crucible tokens as you play through this. I think the greatest thing is you get 15 tokens for completing your daily milestone, which is complete 3 challenges, which change every day. If you get 10 engrams or 200 tokens, then you get your Season 1 reward, which is an emblem, and it's a cool emblem at that. So, basically, play a lot of Iron Banner this week. Do the Nightfall, do all the stuff, but your clan, your Call to Arms, and your Iron Banner stuff, that could all be done in the Iron Banner. So it's just the Raid, just the Nightfall, just the Flashpoint you need to do elsewhere. But the Iron Banner is there for you. And that is here this week and this week only from reset to reset. So go see Lord Saladin and get started on that. It's going to be a ton of fun. I think the armor is super cool for all 3 classes. It's unique. The weapons are a little bit reskinned, but they're still cool to collect if you're like me and you want to hoard all of the things. Now back to the usual. Tess Everest over here at Eververse, the loudest person in the tower.
What can I do for you, Guardian?
She has got on sale this week the Dancehall emote, which is a good one, in my opinion. You don't see a lot of people with this one. You will now, because people can just buy it, but that's a good emote. We've also got Bureaucratic Walk, which I still don't quite understand. It must be from a television show that I don't watch. And now I'll probably get hate messages about how I don't watch whatever TV show this is from. We've also got Fast Track, which is a 150 Sparrow. It's kind of cool. It's the Vanguard Sparrow. It's got a stripe. It's got the Vanguard logo on it. If you're into repping the Vanguard, that's a good one for you. We've also got TIDAL Dawn, which is the ship that looks like the guy from Futurama. Yeah. I can't unsee it, and now you probably can't either. We also got Ego and Squid, which is the exotic ship on sale today. It's got cool lore, honestly. It's kind of Revolta Glass related, so you can at least look at it and check out that lore. We've also got Break the Dawn for the Merciless, which is the white weapon ornament, which looks great in the Raid, in my opinion. And then we've also got Black Plague, which is for the Rat King sidearm right there. Notice the cheese up top. Super funny. Bungie is also offering the class item for you for the Optimacy, which I will definitely pick up in my Titan. I've been waiting for that a while. We got the Crucible shell, or the competitive shell, which is basically the shell with the Crucible logo on it. Or and you also got the Interchange shell here. Look at this. It's cool. It's kind of got all this circuitry on it. It's also got these, I don't know, horns that are pretty unique. They aren't on a lot of Ghost shells. We've also got SUROS Modular Shine, which is this white and red looking. You know, it kind of looks like the one you got from promotions in Destiny 1. And we also got Xeno Silver, which is this silvery blue looking shader. It's a cool one, honestly. It's one of the wider ones, depends on your armor. And the Nebula Rose, which makes you look pretty in pink. Or purple, I guess, since the Destiny gods are out to get me this morning. And then, of course, your Fire Team medallions. Ikora this week.
What can you teach me?
How to rotate on the weekly reset. Always have to give this caveat. Her stuff generally changes after this video is made, so just keep that in mind. But as of right now, she's got Combustion, which is the very first mission. She's also got Chosen, which is the very last mission, and Hope, which is, what is this one? Commander Zavala is building resistance to the moon of Saturn. Make contact, enjoy the fight. I think this is the very first Titan mission. So those are the missions she's got right here. This one's pretty easy to kind of run through. This one's really easy to kind of run through. And this one, I mean, this is the final battle with Gaul. So Gunslinger, Nova Bombs, those types of things can really kill Gaul quickly. And Hope is the one with the hive. You can't really speed run this one, but it's still kind of fun to do. So she gives unique armor and weapons. That's why we talk about her every week. She also gets some pretty cool emblems. So if you're not doing your weekly meditations and you're bored, you're looking for something to do, that's a cool way to get new loot and emblems that not a lot of people have. And that's why we check out Ikora Ray every week. And Cayde 6.
Talk quick. Reports are piling up.
What's up, man? So the last time Cayde talked about Nessus, he was trapped there. That's okay. We're going to buy all of his treasure maps.
I know you'll be happy with this. Got one just like it.
For the Flashpoint on Nessus this week. Let's go ahead and head there and see all of the things. So again, Nessus is pretty much concentrated around the Exodus Black. Some of these are underground. We're going to go through and we're going to get them all. But as you can see, these two, there's some of them that are kind of far away from fast travel points, so there's going to be a little bit of traveling, this one especially, this one too. So let's go check out Cayde's chest. I'll show you the locations for all of them. Here we go. First chest we're going to get is this one right here. Thought I'd escaped, but you know how the Vex are. I got as far as this energy shield, thinking it was a way out. Dead end. So I dropped what I had there and tried to shoot through. Bam! Right back into the loop. So, of course, Cayde here is referencing that time he was stuck on Nessus. What you want to do here is you want to load into Exodus Black, and from the spawn point, pull out your Sparrow and head towards where you come out of the Exodus Down strike into the Exodus Black area, which is essentially back here towards this wall. Just head right, jump off your Sparrow. If you're a hunter, you can make this jump in one thing, but if you're a warlock, you got to do a double jump thingy, and then up to here, and just follow this pathway. Technically, the chest is not in the Exodus Black. It's around this corner in the Prodromus Down area. It's right opposite this shield. We actually had a chest here the first time Nessus was the Flashpoint. Wow. Well, at least it wasn't empty. All right, the next two chests we're going to go through are these two right here, which look like they're in Exodus Black, but they're not. They're actually underneath the hollows in this sunken cavern area. Sunken cavern. The first one we're going to get is the simpler of the two. It's this one right here. So there I was. Two choices. I could have tried climbing the red ivy or just jump. What do you think I did? So you want to get on your Sparrow, check out these two Titans that are just staring at the ground, and ramp off here. If RNG is lucky, you could, dodge right before you hit the ground, take no damage, and just follow this path all the way to the hollows, which is actually not that long of a trip, which is great because you're going to have to make it twice. You don't have to. But. And then you can drop down here and hit a tree, do some awesome tricks, and jump off, pretend it was all on purpose. Okay, so once you get down here, look at your map, say, which way is it? And then you follow that direction. It's over here. Basically what you want to do is you want to follow the river, not on the left side, but the right side. Just take it this way. You can even get on your Sparrow if you want and drive it up the hill. Once you get over here to this light, you can turn around and you can see Cayde's chest is actually up there on this little hill. Please have loot. Perfectly normal coin. For some reason, I feel like that's a strange coin missing the green part. All right, third chest we're going to get is this one right here. It looks like it was close to the second chest, but it's actually not that close. It's kind of the opposite direction, honestly. I had no choice. Once I saw the floating rocks, there was no way I was going to weigh myself down with extra gear. I was lightless, after all, remember? So, just like the second chest, we're going to head to the hollows. New Sparrow off here. Land on a giant rock, do 400 flips, just give up, get back on your Sparrow. Get shot by the mans. They're very angry that you are interrupting them in the morning with your loud Sparrow. Or is it night? You can never be too sure on Nessus. But basically, you're going to head back to the hollows, head back to the big hole. Fall down the big hole. Now, if you are coming from the second chest, you just double back to here. Usually, you land facing the right direction. You want to look for this little cliff with the light on it, right here. And you want to start heading down this way. Now, I did nothing to earn that challenge. You all saw it, so thank you, Deej, for giving me something for nothing. You basically just want to keep going, kind of hugging the right side, taking this little pathway over here, because what you're doing is you're heading towards the sunken cavern. You're going to recognize this as the way you took during the Sturm quest, the world quest after the completion of the campaign on Nessus. It's going to take you into this room with all of the floating rocks by Nessus's, what I assume is the core? So you can kind of just, follow this pathway, and eventually you're going to come to this area, which you should instantly recognize. You came this way during the actual main campaign as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to jump on these rocks, and you're going to want to go to the left. You can actually see the chest right there. So now it's just a matter of parkouring your way over to there. The easiest way to do that is just to take these rocks and keep going left and up at every opportunity. Eventually you're going to hit this big one, and you just keep jumping up, 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 up in here. Ignore this room full of Vex. Just go left, and your chest is over here on the left. Yay, 2 blue guns, Cayde. Oh, you're so good. Please stop with the generosity. The next chest we're going to get is incredibly simple. It's barely even hidden. All right? fast travel to Watcher's Grave. We're going to grab this chest right here. So this cache, I don't know, seemed like a good idea at the time. How do you feel about climbing trees? So that's your queue. Basically, you just spawn in, literally go straight. You're going to see this big tree in front of you on the right side. Head towards it. This one couldn't be easier. And you can see the chest up there on the tree limb. So how do you get up there without embarrassing yourself? Well, the way I like to do it is jump onto this thing, and then you kind of jump to this little U shape, and you'll grab it. And then you can walk up the tree limb itself, and here is your 4th chest, filled with sweet, sweet loot! Hey, Jade Rabbit emblem! I'll take that. That is some sweet, sweet loot. Right here. Cool emblem. Thanks, Cayde. Alright guys, last chest, number 5, here in the Tangle. I was just doing what Failsafe said. I mean, she seems reliable half the time. So, I entered this cave, set up my little fallback point, took a few steps in, and bam, the battle began. Now, those of you who were around during the second week of Destiny will remember this chest as being the hardest one to find. It's in the same area. So, if you're a true pro, you can just drive right off the edge of this. Boom, like that. Falling, falling. Look at that. Perfect style. Perfect style. I'm like Donkey Kong. He has no style, he has no grace, and this Kong has a funny face. That's a reference that almost no one will get. Basically, you're going to follow this thing all the way into the Tangle, and then you're going to take a right. Zoop. And you're going to want to go past this tree and down into this chasm. Okay, once you're down in this chasm, you're going to look for a little cave. It's back here, okay? It's kind of red. Those of you who still have adventures to do, there's actually an adventure right here that will lead you into this cave. That's probably a way to find it. But basically, here's the cave right here. Go in it. Look on the right wall. There's another little cave. It's kind of easy to miss. It's right here. Go through here. Cave. There's Cayde's chests. Cayde, it's your last chance to give me some great loot, man. I got 2 perfectly normal coins in 1 week. What are the chances, guys? Well, I got screwed by the loot, but whatever. What can you do? All right, guys, that is Cayde's chest this week. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Support my channel. It's growing. I appreciate everything you guys have been doing for me up to this point. Leave comments if you liked the video. Thumbs up it if you did. If you didn't, just please politely leave. Mean the world to me. I am ZSwigs. I am a variety streamer. I stream pretty much every day at twitch.tv/ZSwigs. I'd love if you stop by and chat with me. I'll see you guys next week for all the fun Destiny stuff you come to expect. I love you. Goodbye, everybody.